Alright guys, today we have the Canik Mete MC9 Prime. Now a lot of you guys have asked about the MC9 Prime, which I think is a mouthful, because I actually should have said Mete MC9 Prime. I think Canik should have just called it the Prime, but here we are. And a lot of you have asked about it because, well, I've always loved my MC9. However, after a couple years, I have had some hiccups, mainly just with reliability, and so I started looking elsewhere, and the trigger on the Mete MC9 Prime is pretty awesome. And so I fell in love with it just playing around with different optics to test those. I was hitting stupid far with it. I was like, this gun rocks. Now, as always, Canik always sends an awesome box with it, and with a lot of goodies on the inside, like your optic mount, and in this case, a cool holster as well. Now, in the past, I've been a little critical of some of Canik's holsters that they send, but this one's a good one. This is a G-code paradigm, and what's neat about it is it's a universal holster. So, of course, here's our Mete Prime, goes right in. My old MC9 goes in. HKCC9 in as well, and even a Glock 19 snaps in and fits. So, a universal holster is cool, but it's also inside the waistband or outside the waistband or ambidextrous. We can put the clips on either side to no matter what we need. And cool enough, that is our sponsor today, G-Code. G-Code makes some legit holsters that you can go check out. Even level 2 retention for duty use, as well as belts and mag carriers and bags and packs and plate carriers and even more. So you can save money if you use the text G-Code 10 over at tacticalholsters.you-know-what. And we thank them for sponsoring this video. Now, first thing we'll go over is where it's made, because there's a lot of criticism in the comment section about Turkish company. However, this is made in West Palm Beach, Florida, so now we have manufacturing in the US. We ought to be able to get parts faster. Now, we can start with the full grip surface stippling. It's nice and grippy. Almost too much for my liking, not as in shooting, but to wear it against your body for concealed carry. I would probably sand it down if I do that, but I think the handle's a little too large for my inside the waistband holster, so I'm primarily going to be wearing this outside the waistband. Now let's jump to the trigger though, because the trigger is amazing. Canik triggers have always been good, but this one is really greater. It's around 4.5 pounds, and you always have that take up, but that's more just something you get used to, which I am very used to. We take up, and then 4.5 pounds, break, no creep, nice and crisp, and a short reset. So I really love it, which is probably why I am so accurate with this. Now you have some deeper slide serrations, and when you compare it to the regular MC9, you can see how aggressive those are, so that's nice. Optic mount, of course, we have an RMSC footprint, and it comes with great night sights too. We have orange visibility, but these are night vision with nice green tritium glow. We have a serrated chamber here and a laser engraved barrel that also has 4 flutes on the side. And that brings us to the tip of the barrel. This is ported. It's not just drilled into the rifling. The rifling stops here, so we have an integrated expansion chamber. And so we'll see if we can figure out if that helps with recoil. We have 3 back straps of different sizes. You have a low profile magazine well. That is it's a little speed funnel there, but it doesn't add much length to your grip at all, and so I'm totally going to run with it just because it gives you some grip as well. Oh, and that's something too. The base plates of the magazines also have matching texture finish to it. These are 17 round mags, but we can also put the 18 or the 20 round. They just won't fit as flush. We also have a forward texture memory point for our trigger finger and our thumb on this side, as well as ambidextrous controls. We can throw that magazine release on the other side. Let's shut up and shoot a little bit though, because that's what we come here to do. I did have to kind of tap that. That is a 18 round mag. All right, let's just plink. Sweet. Okay, I tell you what, let's do a few rounds out of this, and then my MC9, and then I got the steel here just because they all take the same mags. Let's see what it feels like. Let's start with the MC9 though. So we'll just kind of shoot a cadence on steel, and I want to just see if I feel a difference in the recoil impulse. I do. That compensator does. And then finally the steel. This is really not fair, but that doesn't help too much. As in, The Prime almost feels a little better. I have to feel the recoil impulse all the way through my body, and I do feel a little bit more with the Prime. But on flip, you know, we don't have an integrated port with this, so I think it's helping with the flip, and I'm just feeling a little more recoil down into my arms with the Prime over the steel. But that was impressive. I didn't expect that because I hadn't messed with this before. So I've been shooting this gun for months, but just having too much fun long range, which you shouldn't be able to do with such a pistol. But we're going to start at that 8-inch gong at 50 yards. We're just going to hold dead on and see what if we can get hit it. It shouldn't be that easy. Okay, 100 yard, there's a LaRue target. We're just going to hold at the neckline. You see how fast that was too? And 3 for 3. 200, no. It's like, that's 165 yard. There's a buffalo. I'm going to give it about 2 feet though. Miss. Left of the tree. Okay, I was hoping I could get 3 for 3 for that, but we'll have a little forgiveness. Okay, let's just jump all the way back to 261 yards. There's the IPSC target. I'm going to go for 10 foot. I hit the... I did not hear a ding, but I see the flasher, so I must have been really close. Oh, I saw the right of the tree, so I'm going to hold left. It's just, you shouldn't be able to mess around with a pistol and have that much fun with it. So I just love this thing. Let's finish this mag out on that LaRue target. Mag dumps at 100 yards? That's just crazy. That's why I like this Mete MC9 Prime. So there's some guns that I just, okay, I'll see if I like it and maybe get rid of it. This was one I was kind of leery coming into. I'm like, I already have my MC9. I like it. I got my full SFX that I use if I want a big gun. I didn't expect to like this, but just the performance of the gun itself sold me on it, whereas I'm going to keep it and it's going to be my primary OWB gun out here at the range and on the property. And thanks to G-Code, it comes with a holster ready to go. And when we're looking at that high-speed footage, I was also very impressed at how the muzzle flip was tamed with that port. I had heard from some followers that some other reviewers said it still flipped a lot. So I expected my steel to really tame recoil, but without the compensated ports, it wasn't that tame, and the Prime actually was. So I just sold myself on the gun just right by reviewing it for today. So hopefully that helps you make a decision as well. Now size, I wish it was the size of my MC9, my little guy, so I could carry it every day because, you know, for defensive purposes, if you can shoot out to, you know, do a mag dump at 100 yards, that gives you a lot of confidence in a defensive situation. But hey, physics do apply. So it's a larger package that you may not want, you know, in your belt the whole time, but on the outside, I love it. I've seen them on sale for right under 600, so you can go check them out there. But thanks for joining me today, guys. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.